Do you know the FITT principle? Yeah, isn't that the principal at that one school who's like super buff? No, it's an acronym. It's about exercise. Oh, like the people that jump and flip around? No, that's an acrobat. FITT. Each letter stands for something to help you make a workout plan. Straight up. So you know how to make a workout. Great. But just doing one workout isn't going to do much for you. Knowing how to make a workout plan that you can track and adjust, that could change your life. Introducing the FITT Principle. F-I-T-T. The FITT Principle is a simple way to make and track a fitness plan. It's a good way to make sure you're doing enough, but not too much. What does it stand for? F, frequency, or how often, how many days a week. I, intensity, how hard, how much effort. C, perceived exertion. T, time, or how long, usually in minutes. Could also mean what time of the day. T, type, or what kind of exercise. C, components of fitness. So there are two main ways I think you can use the FITT principle. It's gonna come down to your knowledge and experience in fitness and exercise, as well as your personal preferences in organization and detail. The simplest way to use the FITT principle is just a general plan to help keep you active. This is good if you're just beginning to work out or starting to get experience in this stuff. The other way is if you're ready or wanting to be specific and more goal-oriented. So for people who have a higher level of knowledge and experience and maybe have some very specific goals they're trying to achieve. Obviously, you can do a combination of both, and that's one I would recommend. Another thing to think about is how each of these approaches may use planning and tracking more or less. So planning is very straightforward. It's what you're going to do. That's the whole point of having a workout or fitness plan, so that you can plan. Tracking has more to do with making changes, making improvements, and working on adjustments. So tracking focused on what you did do in the past and how you're going to adjust or change that for the future. Again, this will really vary from person to person. Someone with a lot of experience and very specific goals is going to want to track and adjust more than someone who's just trying to get moving. So let's say you fall into the category of just basic planning, you want to stay active. You can use the FITT principle to plan your frequency, intensity, time, and type on a general level. This means you might just write a simple plan for your week. Maybe you pick 2 days for strength, 2 days for cardio, and 1 for flexibility. The purpose of this is just to plan some varying activities to get you moving. Or maybe you're someone with a base level of knowledge and experience, and you're very detail-oriented with specific goals. You may write down what day and time, as well as specific muscle groups, exercises, and intensities for each activity. This will give you more to adjust when planning and tracking. Now that you know the basics of the FITT principle and two opposite ends of how you might approach it, let's look at some things to avoid and keep in mind. One of the biggest things you should watch out for is over-planning or having unrealistic expectations. This is doing too much, too fast, or too often, or at least planning on it. This will cause you to be more likely to bail from your workouts and your plans and fall off track. Or worse, you try to keep up with it and you end up getting injured. How about some things you should keep in mind that will help you? Start smart and have some maintainable and achievable goals. If you've never worked out in your life, don't try to work out 7 days a week. When you're ready, make limited and small changes. Don't go multiplying all your workouts, sets and reps by 10. Think about one exercise or activity that was a little too easy or a little too hard and make an adjustment there. Whether you have a super generic plan to keep you moving or a really detail-oriented plan, it's always good to have a variety of types of activities, intensity, and time. So don't just do cardio all week or don't only weight train. Make sure you get some flexibility in there. Try to find a balance. Same thing goes for intensity. You shouldn't be going as hard as you can every time, but also don't cheat yourself and go super light just because it's easy. And there is benefit of having different timed workouts. Sometimes you just want to get it over with, so a fast, intense workout is great. Other times, maybe you do some cardio for 40 minutes to an hour and a half. It's all about balance and variety. Lastly, give yourself some wiggle room. There's countless reasons for why we may not be in the mood to get active. Whether you didn't get a lot of sleep, you haven't been eating the best, or just general stress. But do your best to make adjustments instead of just quitting altogether. But make sure they are intentional and deliberate. Instead of starting something you know is probably too hard and quitting halfway, maybe take a step back before you start and adjust the intensity or time overall. At this point, besides specific exercises, you should have all the basic information you need to stay active. Remember to keep things simple, straight up, and stay fit. Just do something. You'll thank yourself after. Lastly, give yourself whether we didn't get enough. Lastly, give yourself some